The first guest tonight is the star of the hit NBC show Scrubs, which airs Thursday nights right here at 8:30 on NBC. NBC. Please welcome Zach Braff. How are you?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me back.
Oh, of course. You know, we actually have something in common, which I just found out like about an hour ago, which is that I shot an episode of Martha Stewart's show a couple days ago, and she's had a few celebrity guests this rating sweeps month. You also...
I was honored to come and do some crafts with her.
Some crafts?
Yeah. You know, they called, and when I was at the show, she said, when you're on Scrubs, do you do any crafts?
And see, the thing is, she thinks that everybody in their spare time is like, I've got 10 minutes. And starts like, oh, look what I just made a lampshade right over there. Well, she thinks that's how the rest of us are.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, no one has time to do crafts but you know?
Yeah.
So, but I just got a dog, so we made a doggy dining center.
What is that? What is a doggy dining?
I have no idea. I just followed what she told me to do, you know?
Yeah, but you better follow what she tells you to do. That's the other thing.
She's very serious about her craft.
Well, first of all, I like Martha Stewart, and she's been here a lot, and she's good. She's got a good sense of humor, and she always comes to play. But when you're doing one of her chores on her show, because I've done her show before, and you're doing one of her chores, and she's like, put 2 egg whites over there. If you accidentally put 3, it's like, what did you do? You have betrayed me. And now you'll die! I mean, literally, it's like that, you know, her head gets like twice as big. And...
Well, that's what happened. She started making fun of me because I didn't know how to do the crafts.
What was the craft? I don't understand. You made a doggy dining center. You must have some idea.
You take a bench and you cut 2 holes in it and you put dog dishes in it, and it's a nice doggy dining center. Right?
Okay. It sounds like you were making a latrine. It's like a board with 2 holes in it.
Well, my puppy is like 10 weeks old. He couldn't even reach the thing, but that's irrelevant. So...
Martha will yell at the dog, what is wrong with you? Your legs must grow longer. So anyway, what did you...
I get out there on the set, and there's power tools. And she says, I assume you've used power tools before. And what am I going to say? No? I mean, yeah, of course, Martha. I always use power tools.
Have you used power tools?
I mean, I've like hung a picture on the wall with a drill, but I never used like a jigsaw before. But I'm not going to tell Martha that. She's going to get mad at me, right?
Right.
So I start sawing with the jigsaw, and immediately the thing goes everywhere. She jumps back. The crew's like, oh my God. And she started making fun of me, and she said I should take a woodworking class.
That's great when Martha Stewart's like making fun of you. Ha ha, wimp. I don't know about you, but people have given me over the years power tools.
Yeah.
And the only thing I've used is the thing that screws, the electric drill that has a bit on it that you can like screw a screw into a tree if you're hanging a birdhouse.
Yes.
So, and what I do is I know I'm going to go screw the screw into the tree to hang the birdhouse, so I walk around with the drill on my hip for 45 minutes before I do it because I think it looks really cool, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go do some choring right now with my power tool, and then it takes like a second, and then it's all very sad.
This was advanced, though. This was a jigsaw. I mean, you could really...
Advanced.
I could cut Martha.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. No. What have you done?
Anyway, we eventually finished it, and it went off okay, I think.
Good.
I'm excited about it.
I like hung out with horses.
I heard you washed a horse, I heard.
I thought I was going to do like, you know, the fun of going and doing Martha Stewart's show is that you go, and I did this one other time, and we made baked Alaska and cupcakes.
Right.
And you do it, and then you get to eat all this stuff. That's why you do it. Right. So I got my ass up to Connecticut really fast to do this thing with Martha, and I said, what are we doing today? And she said, washing a horse. And it was literally me with a hose, like hosing down a horse's butt, you know, just like that. And that was the big chore today.
She had you doing her chores.
Basically, yeah.
It's like, well, what do I have to do? I have to wash the horse.
Today we're cleaning a toilet, we're washing a horse's butt.
And you're going to do my dishes.
Yeah. You're cleaning the leaves out of the gutter.
You're like the Karate Kid.
Yeah, exactly. She did this, and then she did that, and at the end, Martha and I fought for 40 minutes.
Did she make you wash the horse?
Yes,
like,
wash the horse up and down, and it was really sad. Now, I'm a regular viewer of Scrubs, not because it's on NBC and they put a chip in my brain. Chip in my brain. but because I really enjoy the show. I think it's a really funny show, and my wife and I watch it all the time. And we've been watching lately. You got a girlfriend on the show.
I do have a new
and
girl.
it's Tara Reid.
Yes, it is.
This is a nice development, I would think, for you.
Yeah, she's a beautiful girl. She's really sweet.
What's she like to hang out with?
It's funny. I tease her. I'm like, Tara, you got to go out once in a while, Don't stay at home. Go out, experience a red carpet, go to a party for once.
Right. Have a drink just once. Try it.
But she likes to sit home with her tea.
She's a homebody, making her little sampler. Well, it's got to be fun. And one of the fun things about the show, I've always thought it would be fun to either be in a police drama or in some kind of medical show. Because especially on a medical show, you get to do all the fun. You get to learn the cool terms.
Yeah, yell things.
And yell things and be around the cool equipment.
Yeah.
Are you learning anything on the show?
Not really.
Right.
I mean, I learned how to yell things.
Right.
Like, give me that stat! But I don't know what,
Get me that stat. See, that's why you win. That's why they're not going to cast you on ER, because those guys are like, I want 5 cc's of Ciasol immediately. And
No, they give us that stuff. I just don't have any memorized. You learn it right before. But, one time, I can't always remember my lines, and so I, especially with the medical jargon, I was doing a scene with Donald Faison.
Right.
And I taped the lines, they give us like a card that big, and I taped it to Donald's forehead because the camera was behind him.
Right.
So I was looking him right in the eye, but I was just reading the lines off his face.
I think that I saw that episode because you never looked at him in the eye. And occasionally you were underlining things above his head. Marlon Brando famously did that in The Godfather. Did you know that?
I heard he had an earpiece in his ear.
He couldn't remember the lines, and we've actually had other cast members here who've told these great stories where he would just put cue cards all around the room and have actors wear them on their head.
Yeah, I've heard
so you're a lot like Marlon Brando.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, I just think you're in his category now.
I appreciate that.
This isn't like obviously a funny thing to bring up, but I wanted to bring it up because John Ritter was a good friend to our show for a long time, and he used to, very funny guy, and he used to call us up occasionally if he had an idea for a bit or wanted to help us out with something, and he'd come here and help us out. And then he'd hang out with me in the hallway and tell me these cool show business stories. And I know that you worked with him on Scrubs, and he had a part playing your dad.
Yeah, I was kind of instrumental in getting him on because I've been a fan of his since I was a little kid. I mean, I just thought he was one of the funniest physical comedians and people I had ever seen on TV. I mean, I grew up watching Three's Company,
Did you watch Three's Company? How old were you when you were watching Three's Company?
I was a little kid. In fact, it leads me to a funny story that I told John when I first met him. I was very excited to tell this story. That when I was a very little kid, I went to the dinner table after watching Three's Company, and I said, "Dad, how come my penis moves when I look at Chrissy from Three's Company?"
Wow, that's a great memory. And what did your dad say?
I don't remember what my dad said, but when I told John that, he said, "Mine always did too."
He's great. He's a great guy.
He's one of the greatest guys and one of the nicest people you ever meet in your life.
Yeah. Well, he will be sorely missed.
Yeah, I know that wherever he is, he's watching and appreciating any stories about he loved the scatological humor.
He did. That's the other thing is he loved bathroom humor, but he was very funny about it. And I actually he did some on your show.
Well, when John was on, they would just let the cameras roll after they called cut because he would just, I mean, even if we weren't going to use it in the show, he would just be improvising the craziest things. And he was playing sort of a dad who would drink beer and tell fart jokes and sort of a funny kind of character that way. And so the scene's done, and he just turns to me and he goes, "JD, pull my finger." And I go, and I'm playing sort of the straight man to him. I go, "Dad, I'm not going to pull your finger. Just pull my finger." I go, "Dad, it's embarrassing. Pull my finger." So all this is unscripted, and I pull his finger, and John Ritter he lifts up his leg and he goes, "I pooed a little."
And it actually made it into the show.
It was so random and funny. The crew was laughing so hard.
I watched that episode, and I saw that moment, and I remember the next time you were on the show, I'm like, "Tell me, what was that?"
It was crazy. It had nothing to do with the scene at all. They put it in because it was so funny.
Really hilarious, man. Scrubs, of course, airs Thursday nights at 8:30 right here on NBC. You're going to hang out with us tonight?
Please.
Hey, thanks a lot for being here.
Thanks, Conan.
Great to have you. Zach Braff, Billy Connolly, coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. everybody. We're back. Fine show tonight. Fine show coming up. Coming up tomorrow night, we're gonna have a fantastic Thanksgiving show from the movie Bad Santa and the Bernie Mac Show. Bernie Mac is going to be joining us. Actor Ben Chaplin will be here. Musical guest Thursday, so watch that show. Have some turkey. Watch the show. It's all